first let's go to this story, and then I will give. It started with this Garcetti. So Garcetti issued a stay-at-home order in California, and I will say this. People will say this. I'm not an extremist at all, but the solution with Los Angeles is move. When they have a stay-at-home order, which means you can be arrested for leaving your house, including walking, bicycling. That's the order now.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not just outdoor dining. So we'll get to the outdoor dining and the hypocrisy there. But in the United States of America, where someone tells you because there's only a 0.03% survival rate if you're under the age of 60, that you have to stay home or face arrest, you move in California. But if that actually were to happen on a national level with Joe Biden, 1776 happened for far less than that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm telling you, if it gets, and please, Joe Biden, I am urging the left, do not overreach on a national level, because I understand federalism. People can move from the crap hole that is Los Angeles. I would recommend that they do so. And thank God that we have some sheriffs who said they refused to enforce this order. Hey, listen, police officers, we backed you. You hold the line now for us. You arrest someone for leaving their house, you won't have our support.
Yeah.
I want to be clear about that. You are now the defenders of our freedoms. You're not just enforcing the law, you are enforcing the constitutional liberties of all Americans. If you have a governor, if you have a mayor who is saying, arrest that man because he left his house to go purchase baby formula, whatever the hell it is, you need to say no.
Right. Yeah.
Otherwise, we have a problem with you. If that happens on a national level, you will see, and I do not want it to come to this, you will see unrest like you have never seen in this country. And you know what? You've always got to give an injured tiger an out. Don't back him into a corner.
Yeah.
If you tell Americans that they have to stay home or face arrest, I don't know what other options they have at that point. Because right now they're going through the courts. You don't want them to. They're going through the courts of public opinion. You ban them from the courts of public opinion in big tech. You have video evidence of election fraud. You have affidavits. You have statistical evidence. You try and get before a judge. They just dismiss it. And then if you actually on a national level say we're going to lock you in your homes, well, the courts don't work. Well, the public opinion doesn't work. The town square is no longer available to them. What option do they have? Don't do it. So Garcetti shut down small restaurants, to give you specifics, small restaurants, outdoor dining completely. But they gave an exemption to essential, by the way, essential workers in 2020 is for some reason films that no one can watch anyway. Here's a lady who fought back who was furious.
So this is my place, the Pineapple Hill Grill and Saloon. If you go to my page, you can see all the work I did for outdoor dining, for tables being 7 feet apart. And I come in today because I'm organizing a protest, and I came in to get stuff for that. And I walk into my parking lot, and obviously Mayor Garcetti has approved this. Has approved this being set up for a movie company.
Wow.
I'm losing everything. Everything I own is being taken away from me. And they set up a movie company right next to my outdoor patio, which is right over here.
When people are talking about the sacrifices, like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, never touched steroids, by the way, once in college, and they terrified me.
It's not an acid trip.
Fucking liar. You are beyond a liar.
I had a weird steroid
No.
trip.
You're just larger, veinier, and leaner at 50 than you were at 35, and I can't even measure the growth of your forehead. But when these actors and Hollywood people go out and say, hey, we just listen, let's all make a sacrifice. You first.
Yeah.
Okay? How about that? Especially right now, you should be out of work anyway because nobody's going to see the films. You've shut down the local. A lot of people don't understand this. They go to a local movie theater and they see it as a really big place. And they go, this is grandiose. Look at all these seats. This must be owned by a billionaire. Just like if you go into. No, a lot of these people, they own franchises, okay? That is a small business. That's a mom and pop business. In a lot of these scenarios, that's one of the beauties of the United States. Equities and the ability to own franchises. I know a guy who didn't finish college. You know how he became a millionaire? He opened up a handful of Jack in the Boxes. Doesn't make a ton from each one, but when the chain was sort of just exploding, much like my ass after Jack in the Box.
But he didn't work doubles.
He cleaned up. He didn't work doubles. Garcetti, we hear the term tone deaf thrown around, but Garcetti is beyond Not even close. He responded with this: "My heart goes out to Mrs. Marsden and the workers at the Pineapple Hill Saloon who have to comply with the state and the county, that's you, public health restrictions that close outdoor dining." Oh, okay, maybe he's going to... No one likes these
his
restrictions.
heart goes out.
But I do support them as our hospital ICU beds fill to capacity and Kate... Whoa, okay,
Wait
so
a minute.
my heart goes out to you. Well, what are you
Not
going to
that
do? Nothing. What about for pot shops? Well, listen, people got to get their weed.
Yeah.
We need them complacent and stupid. Now, I'm not saying...
I was just going to say that it was illegal to have a pot shop in California, 10 years ago, and now it's essential.
Now it's essential.
Great.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Take notes, you silly churches.
This year's been characterized by a lot of people who don't understand proportionality of danger, right? So it's the COVID, right? Which, again, the 0.3% death rate.
Worst disease ever.
Worst, of course. And then also the hunting of unarmed black men by police officers, which again is very unlikely even for unarmed black men to experience. So these are people who don't understand what real danger is, but are afraid of tiny
scale
threats.
Of tripling unemployment rate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, real danger is closing down the
How
economy.
much is your life worth? That's not for you to say, because if I weren't a Christian, you would just see an exit wound in 2020 in the back of my chrome dome.
Yeah.
It is, but 0.3% versus tripling unemployment. How many more people starve? How many more people starve? How many more people kill themselves because of depression? How many more people go into substance abuse?
Yeah.
This is you need to weigh, and not to mention, let's erase all of it. You don't have the right.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's a church. I have the right to host a party, provided I'm not disturbing the peace.
And the people who are making these decisions are the people who are furthest removed from their consequences.
Right.
And we do have clips that show.
We do have clips.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is also Governor Newsom. His recent stay-at-home order said you couldn't celebrate Thanksgiving, but he exempted entertainment workers. Here's another one. Los Angeles County, the supervisor Sheila Kuhl, is that how it's pronounced?
I don't know.
Sure.
Voted to, again, ban all outdoor dining, which she described as the most dangerous situation. That's what she described it, a most dangerous situation, because apparently she lives in Dickens era. She described it as a most dangerous situation, and a few hours later, she did this.
Last Tuesday, just hours after Supervisor Kuhl called outdoor dining dangerous, then voted to ban it, she visited a local restaurant and dined outdoors.
No. It's basically one set of rules for them. And
Listen to the guy with the
the
hockey cut.
Sheila Kuhl had testified what a dangerous situation the outdoor dining is.
And beekeeper.
Then turns right around and dines. So, I mean, I don't think these people even really believe what they're saying.
That's the important point here. Listen, do you really believe, when you look at some of these hearings, even in Georgia, do you really believe that people are actually terrified of this? Now, do I believe that people out there live in greater fear than conservatives? Typically, liberals have more mental health illness disorders. That's absolutely, and I say this as someone who struggles with mental health, and I'm a conservative. I'm an anomaly, okay? Can't put me in a box. I don't like labels. They have more mental health issues. They tend to be more motivated by fear. That is a fact, as opposed to, and if the things that they fear are insecurity versus a lack of freedom, a lack of liberty. So I do believe that they are more afraid of a virus because they don't know that it's a 99.999 whatever percent survival rate. Yeah. But do you really believe that they are terrified when you see them go outside and they go and they dine at a restaurant when they don't think anyone's watching? When Nancy Pelosi, if Nancy Pelosi actually believes what she is telling you to believe, she would never, ever go to get a blowout, by the way, where it's a particle aerosol vortex, okay? These people would never go and eat outside at Chocolatable, whatever the hell it is. I'm not really up to speed on my franchises. I eat at home. This is one of those things. Do you really believe in your heart of hearts that they are afraid of it? Because I will tell you this. If Ebola was out there, like when Samaritan's Purse was one of two organizations that went with a 50% survival rate, I'd be Howard Hughes pissing in jars. I wouldn't go out.
No, not at all.
Let's go to California Mayor Rex Parris. Let's go to that one. This one is pretty fun. He declared that not wearing a mask in public was, quote, an act of domestic terrorism.
Wow. Oh, wow.
This comes from Daily News.
I think it's body odor.
If it were up to me, anybody not wearing a mask when they are out in public would be arrested and boiled with his Thanksgiving. With a steak of Holly Cruz hot.
I think you added the last part.
Would be arrested. That's an act of domestic terrorism and should be treated like one. Wow. Keep in mind, this is a state that has been knowingly exposing people to AIDS.
Yeah.
Right? They removed the consent law.
Right.
Where it's like,
riots.
wait, hold on a second. Before you pound me in the rear, I would like to know Do you have a disease that could lead to my loss of life and or severe decline of quality of life? Again, before you pound my my rear, could you? I am not legally required to disclose that. Well, good enough for me. This is the removed consent
I don't
laws.
like that sound effect.
This matters. In California, removed consent laws for AIDS. Used to be, if you have AIDS, or sorry, disclosure laws, you have to say, hey, by the way, before I absolutely plow you, I've got AIDS. What was that? Too late. It's just like this is, and they're saying an act of domestic. Well, listen, let me ask you this. Is it an act of domestic terrorism for someone at the Folsom Street Fair to knowingly infect someone else with AIDS and not wear a rubber? You've ruled no. But not wearing a mask, which, by the way, anyone out there, I want you guys to comment. Show me the data that shows the masks that people are using, the reusable home cotton cloth polyester masks when they are not washed in a commercial hospital system washing machine, that it actually works. I'm not talking about N95 masks. I'm talking about you and your glorified pashmina. Okay? I want to know what data exists to show that verifiably works, because I have not seen it, and I of course accept that surgical masks work in their appropriate clinical settings, provided they are disposed of properly.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so all of a sudden they're comfortable throwing the word terrorism around.
Right.
The left loves using the word terrorism just to describe people going to the store without cloth on their face.
Did you almost cuss?
No, I think I was just stumbling over my words.
Okay. I heard an F, and I was like, Wade?
Yeah, no, what about the guy who went down to the Piggly Wiggly to pick up some diapers and didn't wear a mask? Terrorist. What about the guy who yelled out Allahu Akbar and ran over people with a postal truck?
You mean
We're
God is
not
greater?
sure. Let's not jump to conclusions. The fact that you represent anybody means the Founding Fathers missed some fine print.
That other person is an austere religious scholar, I think is how it was phrased.
That's right. No, that's exactly correct. We have to be careful. Hey, hold on a second. Well, I don't know. Listen, that man didn't wear a mask. That's terrorism. Keep in mind, terrorism. And we're going to go after this. By the way, comment. Everybody watching now, if you are watching the archive because you can't comment while it's streaming live, just leave a comment. Your thoughts. We'll do an Ask Me Anything down the line. Ask any questions you want. List your favorite color. How are you going to fight back? Just comment. Whatever. It takes you 5 seconds. Well, terrorism, people need to understand, terrorism isn't just violence. Terrorism is violence committed with the ultimate ends, right? The goal is a political or ideological motivation. So when you say someone not wearing a mask is domestic terrorism, well, what is the ultimate, this is a means to an ultimate ideological end, which is what? In this case, I guess someone wanting the freedom to not be arrested. Okay? But then when we're talking about Islam, right? They go, well, the motivations, we don't know if it's terrorism. Again, we have to understand that terrorism is a means to an ideological, religious, theological, philosophical end. We don't know the motivation. He was yelling Allahu Akbar. Jury's still out.
Watch Good Morning Mug Club live every Monday through Thursday at 10:15 Eastern.